Welcome to Amazon Live. I'm Cheryl, and today I'm going to show you some of the tools I use here to help remodel the house, build chicken coops, build things out in the garden and such. Some of these have been given to me by the brands to check out. Some of them I have gotten myself. These are just a few of the tools I use. So I picked some that I thought maybe would be something you might be interested in. And I am not an expert, Bob the Builder, by no means. There's a lot of times I'm having to go watch videos to figure out how to make things, build things. So just putting it out there for you. If you're new to Amazon Live, there should be either below the video or to the left. You should be able to see all the products I'm going to be talking about this evening. If you're watching somewhere else, there'll be some links so you can go check them out. We're going to try to get through this fairly quickly, so let's get started. Now, one of the first tools I got was recommended. I'm going to highlight that for you in this. There you go. This was recommended by my plumber friend. He does plumbing for a living. That's how what he's done for years. Got ready to remodel my bathroom down here in the basement. One of the things that's always such a pain is when you're going up there to try to get those little bolts, and some of them are stuck. This house is old. Some of them are stuck. Whenever you go to do any of that kind of stuff, I was having a really hard time. You lay on your back, you're upside down, you've got the cabinet, going across your back and all. Not good, not good, not good. Now with this, it can go up in there when you're putting on new water lines or taking off the old ones. Your water line can go right in there. Now, one of the things I learned about this, because I thought it was great, but whenever there is a bolt that is stuck so tight and I didn't know what to do, I could not turn this. This little piece here has a hole down here. Now, I didn't understand what that would be for, but you can put this in and then take one of your long, like a screwdriver, and stick through this hole, and it gives you that little bit of extra torque to get that loosened up. So, wanted to show you this. It was well worth the money, let me tell you what, because I was having a really hard time. And I can use this not only when I remodeled my bathroom, but also when I do other repairs, whether it's the kitchen sink, the other bathroom upstairs, the kitchen downstairs, upstairs, wherever. This is handy. I never knew I needed one until I put up pictures that I was going to remodel the bathroom down here. And he's like, honey, get you one of these. You're going to want it. And I'm like, I don't understand it. He said, you'll figure it out real quick. Trust me. So there you go. That is our first product of the night. It is a faucet and sink installer. 8-in-1. I didn't know what it was called. I didn't even understand it. But very glad I had it. All right. Yeah, I ordered that and I'm like, I don't know what I'm getting, but when it got here I was happy. So let's move on to the next one. This next item is the VEVOR Die Grinder. Now, I've only used it for a few things. I'm not building a ton of stuff, but I've had some projects that are metal and they were covered in rust and I wanted to paint them. For one, I got a windmill out there, an old decorative windmill. It's pretty good size. It had not been taken care of, so it was covered in rust. I needed to clean it up before I could even paint it. So, wire wheel right here. This does not come with the blades, with the wire wheels, any of that. So, keep that in mind. It is just going to come with the tools. So, you're going to need to have your own things like that. I'm trying to pull it up because I know it's a 1/4 inch and I believe it's an 1/8 is what it will fit. Lots of power. I use the cutting blade when I've built like the chicken coop, things like that. My my screws stick out too long, so I needed to cut those off. Not only did I not want them catching on the chickens, every time I was walking by them, I was catching my shirt. So this is what I used to cut those off. I was a little concerned because I believe it's like 4,000 RPMs, and I'm like, the word die, 4,000 RPMs, and something sharp, throwing lots of sparks. So it was exciting, but like I said, great for taking the rust off metal and for cutting those extra long metal pieces. I'm sure I will have more uses for it. It's not too heavy. I had an old die grinder that is smaller, but it was super heavy. So I've kind of liked this one. It also gives me plenty of room so I can put two hands on it when I need to. My other one doesn't have that option, so I appreciated that. It's got the safety on it. It does have a decent length of cord. So, looking to get some of those projects done, go check this out. Like I don't remember, I'm trying to look over here. I don't remember exacts on this. I just know what I use these tools for. All the, extra details. It says it on the page, which you can click and go right over to see them. But it says 1/4 inch heavy duty electric. Yeah, I don't think it's going to tell me exactly, but go check it out. Just remember, it does not come with the different heads you're going to want to put on it. And I'm trying to get through these. Like I said, not an expert. I go over and watch and ask a lot of questions and learn how to do a lot of things myself. I enjoy doing them. Some women, they go and they buy clothes and get their nails done and their hair done, and obviously you can probably tell by looking at me, I don't do that. But I do love building stuff, and that started out when I was little, and my dad refinished furniture, built cars and things, so it kind of comes naturally. This next item is the WAGNER heat gun. Now let me tell you what, this is, I can use it for a variety of things. Let me tell you something. I had some crafters asking me about this to do, oh, you can use it to heat little things. Let me tell you, this thing gets hot. This end over here, I accidentally, I've had this for 3-4 years, something like that. When I first was using it, I had set it down to cool off for quite some time. That's still hot. I forget what exactly the temperature is. It gets up to 575 degrees Celsius. What that translates to in Fahrenheit is really, really hot. I can tell you that. But I've only had to use this a few times, but it does come in handy when you need it. So, like I said, I've had it for years. It was actually from my brother, so it had been used a lot more before I ended up with it. Go check it out if that is something you use. I would like one, I don't know if they even make them, that is not as hot for other projects, because this one, yeah, I really have to watch it or I can burn something. All right, we're moving along because, well, I know you've got stuff to do. I've got stuff to do. Let me see if I can get this next one highlighted. This next item is also by VEVOR. Now, this is one of the tools I use the most, because when I'm doing little things around, whether we're painting and putting up all the new light switches, everything else, I'm building a piece of furniture. I built a gun rack the other day. I use this. I use it a lot. Now, this is a cordless screwdriver. It is not a drill. It is a cordless screwdriver. When I go down to the barn, to the chicken coop, and I know I'm going to need screwdrivers, one of my big problems is I have to take my whole toolbox all the way down there to make sure I have the right size, I have the right things I need. So, When VEVOR sent me this, I was really excited because it is cordless. I charge it up for a while before I'm going to go do my project. I always make sure I get it good and charged up. Comes in the nice little case. It is got 7 different speeds, so I can hit the back and choose a different power for it. Easy, lightweight. Now, why I like this is instead of carrying that big toolbox down there with me and trying to figure out if I've got the right screwdriver, the right bit, this comes with it. And as you can see, it's a variety of bits. This means it's most likely I have what I need right here, and I don't have to keep running back and forth to the house or carrying my toolbox around. It also has the extension for when you need that. It all fits in this nice little case, so they're not falling out, going all willy-nilly all over the place. As far as what you can use it for, a lot of things, because it does have good power. I tell a lot of my women friends that want to do little projects around their house, you know, when they're trying to fix little things, I tell them, get one of these, because then instead of having so many different screwdrivers and things like that, you've got it all in one nice little case, so you don't have to worry. You've got it all right there. Put that, don't put it out in the garage where your husband or a neighbor's going to borrow it. Keep this with your things so you have it when you need to use it, whether it's tightening a doorknob, what have you. Awesome, awesome little tool. Like I said, this is one of my favorites. VEVOR did send this to me to check out, and I love it because it saves me. I'm getting old. Walking all the way out to the barn and then back up the hill to the house, back down, or anywhere else, this is easier. Saves me a lot of trips. All right, the next item up is, I'm going to move some stuff here because I'm going to have to open this. This too is by VEVOR. This is an impact wrench. It comes in a nice hard case. Now, if I planned a little better, we could have had my camera down here to show you, but I'm going to do it the best I can and get it up here for you. And it comes with your 2 batteries. So this is cordless right here. It with the battery on it, it's got some weight to it. Nothing too terrible. Right here, it does have 2 batteries. It also comes with the charger, and it's got a pack. I don't use their bits a lot. I've used my own things. I know I just had this open and now I can't get it back open because I taped it closed so I didn't have to worry about it falling all over. I kind of do that because otherwise I end up with my bits everywhere and then I get them lost. There you go. And it's going to come with these bits. Now, I've also used this not only with these bits, but whenever we were putting up my new mailbox, things like that, I have been using this. So, super handy. Not as handy as my cordless screwdriver, but, you know, this'll do. Yeah, we've lag bolts in the chicken coops, things like that. Great. Also comes with a little tool belt hooky thing, and I've got an extension. So that is also by VEVOR. Charge it up, take it where you need it. I don't have power down at the barn or in my chicken coop yet, so I like the tools that have batteries and are rechargeable. Not everything can, just like the die grinder. I have to string an extension cord and stuff, which it needs enough power. It couldn't be a cordless. It wouldn't have the power it does being corded, and I deal with that. But I do like that it has 2 batteries, so if it's down there and it's getting used, I can always switch out my batteries. I mean, I have a small chainsaw. I don't have it in this stream, but that is cordless. Drills, everything. I try to do cordless as often as I can so I don't have to string the electric cord. All right, so just in case you were wondering, my name's Cheryl. I do a lot of stuff building outdoors, remodeling the house, building chicken coops, working in the garden. You're not going to see too many purses, makeup, or fancy clothes on this channel. You will see this. It works. Or I work. I'm not sure how that goes, but yeah, I think I work more than anything else. So, next up, this has been a great tool for me. This is my brad nailer stapler. I have a pneumatic stapler that it was not reliable all the time. It was more aggravating than anything. So VEVOR asked me if I would like to try out their cordless stapler, because I use it mostly for staples. I really do, especially down in the barn, in the chicken coop, when I want to put up things. The nailer works great and fine. I just have happened to use it a lot more for the staplers, because when I put like the wire around the bottom of the coop and stuff, gotta staple that on. So this is what I have been using. Yes, it's one of my favorite tools. Also has the clip, which I do not clip this on my belt because I couldn't. You could use that to clip it on. I guess it's probably for your tool rack. Silly me, for your tool rack. I don't have one of those. I just have boxes of tools. Now, this comes with the battery. It's lasted good. I mean, I don't know. I guess it would depend on how much you're working with it, but it always lasts through all of my jobs. Got the charger right here. It does come with some staples. Now, I've had staples, so I haven't used theirs, but it does come with a pack of them. Let me tell you, this is much easier than, like I said, my pneumatic stapler that I had to take down electric cord, had to take down my compressor, wait for my compressor to fire up, get loaded up, and then my stapler was not reliable, and that just, it made me dread doing the job. Now when I got it, I just grab this and can go. So, just another tool. I love my tools. I'm telling you. Some of them I use a lot. Others I use sparingly. The die grinder, the heat gun, I don't use those every day or that often. Some of these I use a lot more than others. Now, I want to show you this garden tool, which, yes, I'm mostly doing more construction tools, but I wanted to put this garden tool in here because if you're like me, you're probably getting ready. Here before long, you're going to be pruning trees. I've got 3 rows. Each row is about 50 feet of grapevines that I'm going to have to prune, fruit trees, everything else. Now, this is dirty, so just take that. This is a cordless pruner. All right. Comes with, I believe it comes with 2 batteries. Don't hold me to it. I know it comes with at least one. On the back, it's going to tell you how charged your battery is, also how many clips you have made with it. This tool goes in the summer, spring and summer. It is always out with me because I'm always pruning, cutting something, whether it's blackberries, what have you. Now, so you know, it also comes with an extension pole that also has a strap right here. So I had a huge area of dead blackberries so thick you couldn't see through them. The birds couldn't get through them, nothing. I wanted to take them all out. Going through blackberries, as you know, you need to cut them down low to be able to pull them out and get out. I could hook this on here and I wasn't digging into the blackberries. I had some space because those things are not, they're not friendly at all. But here is this. Double click it. There you go. This, don't let the kids use it. This is dangerous as far as kids need to be careful that they're not going to accidentally put a finger in there, the dog's tail, the cat's tail, anything like that. But I absolutely love this tool. I have had it out, and when I first moved here, I did so much trimming and cutting. It was unbelievable. And then the huge area of blackberries, like I said, the grapevines, then the fruit trees. I would take this and use it all day and then some, and it still had battery. It will, after a certain time, kind of turn off. It'll get to it'll go into a sleep mode. And when you want to turn it off, that sleep mode, or say you've had it off, because this is what confused me when I first got it. When I turn it on, if you just go and push the button, nothing happens. So what you're going to want to do is 2 quick clicks. You'll hear that beep, and there you go. So then if you're going to put this away, you probably don't want to leave it with the mouth wide open. You can set it on a lower setting so it doesn't open as wide. But what I do, take and hold this in so it's closed, and then hit your on-off button, and now it is closed. It also comes with an extra set of blades. One thing I will tell you is keep them good and clean. If they're not clean, of course, it's going to be harder, and for them to go through, it's going to be tough on it. And you're going to want to put a little bit of bar oil, like you would your chainsaw, in here whenever you're done using it, or before you use it each time. It just takes a drop or 2 in there, and it will help it last longer. At least I feel it would. So go check this out. Like I said, it has the extension. The extension does move, so you can turn it and get different angles on it. And like I said, with the strap and everything, because this has some weight to it, it is awesome for getting down in those blackberries in places I didn't want to put my hands. We also have copperheads here. Didn't want to find any of those. Here you go. Now when you use this extension, I'll show you this too, because like I said, this has some weight to it. But you're going to take the tool and put it straight on here, and then your battery is going to go down here. So you do have a little bit of counterweight to it, instead of all the weight being on the one end. So there you go. The pole itself is pretty lightweight and not a big hassle. All right, let's see. What do we have next? Oh, this is something I got this winter, and because I have to go out and do stuff, you know, you got animals, you can't just say it's too cold, I don't want to go out. Now I have excuse me, regular work gloves that I wear in the summer, things like that, whether I'm gardening or building something. But this winter I wanted something heavier, but I didn't want some cutesy gloves that might keep my hands warm, but they weren't going to last if I'm out there moving logs, lumber, firewood, anything like that. I needed something a little heavier duty just in case. So here they are. These are actually nice and soft on the outside. They don't look horrible. So when I'm heading out, wherever I'm going, if I want to, I can wear these and not look, well, they're kind of big, but I like them that way. I don't look terrible, well, I may look a little too farmish, but that's okay. Where I live, nobody will even pay attention. But they're nice and warm, got lots of padding, and they've got the reinforcements here. I like the extra piece here. Some don't have this on your wrist. I like them because I have smaller hands, smaller wrists, and that helps keep them in. It also helps keep any snow, ice, and stuff from going down and being in my gloves. So I wanted to toss these in there for you. I don't know. I lived in the desert for a long time, so this is kind of, this cold weather just really takes me out. But there you go. Nice and heavy duty, but don't look, oh, by the end of the winter they may look a little rough. We'll see how that goes. All right, because I do, oh, bypass that one. There you go. Because I do live out in the boonies, and I've got a barn, I've got chickens. What do you got? You probably have some kind of rodents, whether it be possums, raccoons. The chickens take care of a lot of the mice, but I'm going to hold this up. It's the biggest HAVAHART live trap there is. I've got 2 down in the barn. This was the cleaner, newer one, so that's why I brought it up, because I'm like, you don't want to see the other ones. But let me get this. I was like, yeah, we'll bring up a nice one. No critters in it, but this is a live trap right here. These are easy to set. This is nice and sturdy. It's not going to hold teeny tiny things. It's going to hold your bigger animals. Now, I used to do a lot of car shows when I was out in Las Vegas, and I know a lot of those guys that have shops, they have to worry about different animals getting in. You've got your barn with your different critters. This can help. So you don't have, some traps I don't want to use. I don't want that kind of a mess. Even cats. I know we've used these before for stray cats that were getting in and causing havoc. Catch them, take them, and they could go find another home. But to me, if you've got a barn or a shop, this is a must-have. Now, these come in different sizes. This is one of the larger ones. So if you're going to need it for smaller animals, they've got different sizes. I just happen to, because I do have a couple of the small ones, I just happen to have this really big one that I wanted to show you today. But they work great. Skunks don't like them. But my suggestion is, I'm trying to set this back down here without wrecking anything. Now my suggestion is, when you get one of these and you've got it set up, if you've got an old blanket, even straw, some branches, whatever, you can put that over it and kind of hide it a little bit. It may take a couple of days for whatever critters around to kind of get used to it. A lot of them are, at least in my experience, very leery of anything that gets moved. So set it out there. Make sure that your cats and your dogs, I have caught one of my dogs before when she was a puppy. Got in there. No big deal. We went ahead and kept her. But she did get in it. But take and put something kind of over it so it's not just a big metal box sitting out there. So there you go. Now this next item I did not bring down here. It's upstairs and I use it a lot. This is the WOA WOA ladder. This is a 4-step ladder. They have different sizes of them. But I wanted to include this for especially people that are doing maybe things in the house. For a lot of women, I am not carrying around that big fiberglass ladder all through my house to get to things, whether it's the ceiling fans, the top of the windows, anything like that. I don't want to carry that big fiberglass ladder. So I've got this WOA WOA, it's a step ladder, and I have used it outside. I've got a F350 that I can't reach the windshield. I've got a ladder so I can reach that. I can also use it to get when I've got the hood up. There you go. Or the ceiling fans, painting, anything. This ladder is lightweight and sturdy. It's also got good wide steps. So I like that because if I'm looking up and I'm trying to clean or do something, I don't want to worry about those narrow steps on regular ladders. These are nice and big. They've got big ridges, so your feet are not as likely to slide. And like I said, it's lightweight. It folds up nice and small. Well, thin, I'll put it that way. And it comes in super handy. So if you want a ladder for inside or a step ladder, go check it out. Mine is the 4-step. I think they have 2 and 3-step also. Don't hold me to it, but I know they have smaller ones. So there you go. Yeah, like I said, I just didn't bring it down because I didn't have really enough room to set it up down here and show you, but I wanted to tell you about it. Now, talking about having moved and everything, this is something that I had in my truck. We had 2 vehicles, well, 3 vehicles, and towing a trailer. Here you go. This is something that I take all the time. Always have it in my truck. And if I'm not taking the truck, and it goes in the car. But right here, a nice little case. I know the lighting's hard when everything is black, but this is for pumping up your tires. I had to use this part way, about 1,000 miles into the trip moving, had to pull this baby out, and it came in super. I was super glad I had it because, as you know, sometimes you are not in a place where it's easy to get to, an air pump, and a lot of gas stations now do not have the air pumps. Now, I know it'll be hard to see. I'm going to try to get it around the light. Nice big numbers. I can set it for the tire pressure I want. So if I want 55 pounds, I can set this for 55 pounds, 38 pounds, whatever the number, I can set it for it. It will hit it to go, and it automatically turns off when it gets to that pressure. It's also going to show me if I just want to check my tires. Maybe I'm looking, I think, oh, that might be a little low, I want to check it. I can get that on there, and let me tell you, it will tell me exactly what my pressure is in the tire, so I can then decide whether I need to add air or not. So this is your cord. This is a long cord. I plug this into the back and can reach the back of my truck. So I've got a nice long cord here. This is, it's also got, I believe, I don't know if I don't remember if it had other, adapters. You have to look. I don't remember if it did or not. Now, you've got these 2 pieces, and you're just going to screw your little piece on here. Now, what I do want to tell you is, it's going to get hot. Let me pull this up so you can see it right here. This gets hot as ever when you're using it and you've used it to air up your tire. This is going to get hot. So just keep that in mind. If you're traveling, you don't want to try to take this apart and put it away right away. When I've had to use it, I usually take the whole thing when I'm done, set it in the back floorboard, and let this cool off good before I worry about taking it apart and putting it back in the box. But it has come in so handy. My tractor tires, I've got a little wagon that I pull with my lawn tractor. Great for that too. Take it down there. I don't have to worry about taking a compressor down there and string an electrical cord and all that again. I can use this. This is something I tell a lot of women, that whether you're traveling to the grocery store, going across town to see the grandkids, or maybe taking a big trip to go see somebody, this should be in your car at all times. You should have one of these in your car and know how to work it. Because if you are stuck because your tire is low, you don't want to have to worry about, are you going to have to call someone to come and help you to get your car somewhere. Hey, let's, you got one of these, unless there is just too much damage to your tire, this is a good way to possibly get you to a well-lit place, to your next stop. Maybe it's just the fact that your tires are a little bit low. Nothing's wrong with them. They've just lost some air, but you will be able to get to that safe spot. I don't want to be left out in the middle of the desert with a tire and all I need's air to get me to the next place. I've got it right here. And I like this one with the big numbers. I like that I can set it so that it tells me exactly how much air is in there, and it automatically stops. I don't have to fret, oh no, am I gonna, overdo it. Oh, and I just reached in the bag. Oh yeah, it's got different little heads on it too. I couldn't remember. I always use it for the car and the truck. This all goes in the bag, so you've got everything you need right there in one case. As far as I'm concerned, you should have one. I don't care, male or female, but I encourage women because it seems like, men, they'll just be like, it's okay, I can get it. I'll just get it there, or I'll change the tire. And sometimes for us ladies, it's not as easy. And at my age, changing a tire isn't as fun as you might think it is. I can do it. Of course, I carry a impact wrench with me, so that makes it easier. But go check this out for the ladies in your life, or ladies, make sure you got one of those. In fact, my neighbor has had a flat tire, and she's been traveling to work and stuff, and I told her, I said, you need to get one of these to carry with you. Get one for your daughter's car. For everybody's vehicle needs one. I am a firm believer in it. So, there you go. That is by Zune Lotoo. I don't even know how to say it. All right. The next item. This I don't use very often at all, but it has come in super handy. I lined everything up real nice. Screwed that one up. But here we go. I guess I was going to go back this way. Oh well, this is what happens when you're on a live. If you are watching live, you can hit that follow button. You can check out any of the products in the carousel. It'll be either below or to the left. Be sure to check those out. If you're watching somewhere else, hit the subscribe, hit a like, hit something so you can see more. Come over and follow me on Amazon. So, this is by RAK Tools, and it is a universal something or another, they call it. I don't remember the exact words. Oh, universal socket. I couldn't get that word out. But here it is. Nice, heavy-duty hard case. Got a latch on it so it doesn't just fling open. But when you open it up, right here it is. Now, there are times where a screwdriver is great, but your plain straight screwdrivers sometimes get really hard. If you've really got to put some muscle in it, it can be a little bit difficult. So I do like that this has the handle, and the handle is not a hard slick surface. It's got some it's a rubbery feel right here, and you can get on that and really rink down on it. And it's easier than me trying to use just my wrist with a regular screwdriver. This I can use. One of the other things, now it comes with some bits and an extension. One of the things I like, if you've got hanging plants where you have the little hooks that, you've put in your ceiling or out on your deck or whatever, you know that you have to do those by hand or stick a screwdriver through and turn it. This right here, and I know it's going to be hard to see, this is why it's called universal. These little pieces in here, and gosh, I don't know how to show you, they give. And so whatever size you're trying to deal with, it will form to them and help hold it. So when you use those little hook and eyes or the hooks for hanging plants, some of my doors, like my screen doors or my chicken coop doors, have the little hook and eyes. And yes, you've got to put your screwdriver in there, turn it, or use this and it goes right around them, and then I can just put them in. So yeah, this is something I don't use all the time, but when I need it, it is very handy, and mostly due to this piece right here. So one more thing you can go check out, and everything, if it comes in a case and has a nice case, whether it's a hard case or even a just a heavy fabric canvas case, I like that because I want to keep everything together for that tool. If it doesn't come in a case, a piece ends up out somewhere used for something else, but with one of these cases, makes it super easy to keep track of. All right, let's see. Next up, there we go. Now, when I was out building the chicken coop, nails when we were doing framing, screws when we were putting on the siding. I mean, I had a old tool bag that I would wear, pain in the butt sometimes, especially when you needed a couple, and you had to figure out, grab them, everything else. I wish I'd have had this then, but no, didn't. This would have been handy because I know my dad would be doing something and he'd have the, the nails or whatever. He'd have them in his mouth, and I have done that too. Here's my thought. One of my big things is I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna see a snake and it's gonna scare me, and I'm gonna inhale those silly things, and there I'll be. I will have a royal mess. Now this, I need it tighter. Hang on. This is a magnetic wristband, also by RAK. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this would have been so handy. And of course, I'm having a hard time getting it on tight enough because I'm trying to talk and do it all at once. But this is adjustable. It's got different little pieces in here, and it is magnetic. So you can hold your screws. Some of those things will stick right to it. Now that's going to depend on what you're using out there. But this would have been so handy. So I could have I would have put it on this wrist, and I could have had them right there handy for me to use. So go check this out if that's something might save you from inhaling those. I don't know why it seems like an oddball fear, but I have it. The inside is breathable, and like I said, it's got the hook and loop, so you can adjust it to a lot of different sizes. And it is a heavy duty fabric. So there you go. One more tool that maybe you hadn't thought of that I wanted to pull out for you today. Next tool is also by RAK. Like I said, some of these tools have been sent to me. Some of them I have bought myself. This is a magnetic pickup tool. Yes, it's just a small little, got a clip on here so you could clip it right on. This is, like I said, a magnetic pickup tool. It has an extension, as you can see right here. There is a magnet down on this end. Now, if you've ever dropped things behind a sofa, behind a cabinet, whatever, right here, this is awesome. Also, like I said, I know a lot of car stuff. I've worked on my car slightly. I'm not a mechanic. But there's always that bolt or that screw that has dropped down where you can't get your fingers, and that's usually when they're like, Cheryl, you got scrawny arms. Can you reach it? And you're doing this. Here, just get it. I don't need to cut my fingers all up and get my hand stuck and try to get a good angle to get down in there. Right here it is. This, and I don't know if it's, oh, it is charged, is a little flashlight right there. So you've got the flashlight so you can actually look down in there and see where it's at, and then just go and get it. Super handy. And yes, if you need to, You can take this, use the magnet to stick it on something, and then have your light. I don't want to leave my light on. Oh, as I flash it in my eye. And then it all goes back together nicely like that. So go check that out. That way when there's no one around with little scrawny arms and fingers, you don't have to worry. You can get those bolts and nuts that you lost down in that engine compartment. All right. Remodeling. You're going around pipes. You're going around different things, maybe molding when you're cutting, what have you. Just a variety of things. This is by RAK. It is a contour tool. I've seen old ones. I didn't ever have one of my own, but I knew what they were. And this is going to help you set your pattern. And so whenever you've got whatever it is, we'll just make a funky pattern so you can kind of see. And I've got my funky pattern. I'm going to take this little latch and lock it. Did I lock it the right way? Look at this. It doesn't move. Now, the old one that I remember way back, I don't know how long ago, it did not hold very well. So if you moved it too much, these were all going to change. So that was a big bonus for me, is knowing that these were going to stay in place. So I could do whatever it was I needed, put that lock down, and there it is. If you need to, you can push a couple of them down. You're going to have to, actually manually do it. They're not going to fall out of place. So this is one of those tools that you may not need very often, but when you're trying to, when you need it, you're going to wish you had it. And yes, I know some of you guys can eyeball things. Some of you just take a little, piece of paper and just draw something and you're good. I am not that way. I don't have that ability. I need it actually right there in front of me where I'm less likely to screw it up. So, there you go. Hope you all are having a great evening. We're going to switch it up right here for a minute. This is the Keeper gun magnet. It's actually just a magnet, okay? You can use it for anything. It is a heavy duty magnet. This is great for if you've got, I work in my basement, you've got a desk, you want to be able to keep something out, say in your barn, in your shed, and you want to have somewhere to put it, so maybe it's up and not down where kids can reach it or whatever. You can attach this to, say, your wall, what have you, and then put your, here, I have to watch what I say because Amazon doesn't like that, but I know that it will hold most handguns. It will be fine with, well, depending on what normal ones that you'd probably be moving around or have under your desk. But I wanted to show this to you. It also has a coating. I've got a few of these. This has a nice coating on it, so I don't worry about it being metal that's just going to start scraping my item. It is not going to. So I figured, I actually, when I was digging out tools, I'm like, oh, I got one of these. I'll put this in too. Because, well, when you're working outside, working in your shop, you've got your tool chest, whatever, you might want something like this. And yes, it could hold the tools. You could put it near your workbench to stick a couple of screwdrivers, whatever you want. I just know what I use it for. Whatever you use it for, that's up to you. No judgment here. All right. Next item we have is something that I actually really like. I wear hats all the time. I live out in the boonies. It's dark. When the sun goes down, it's dark. I ain't got no street lights. It's dark. And if I need to go down because I hear animals getting restless, whatever, sometimes I want to have my hands free. I don't want to be, to have to hold a big flashlight, or once you get down there, where do you set your flashlight, if you do need to take care of anything. This flashlight has a clip and it hooks to your hat. So I can just take, and if I can do it while I'm talking, because I'm not paying attention, and put it on my hat. Love that. Love that. Also has a magnet so that you can attach it to something metal. This piece comes up. So once I attach it to my hat, it's going to be facing this way. But there you go. I can turn it around. I can point it down. It is rechargeable. So right here, I can plug it in and keep it recharged. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you. I'll turn it on. Don't look at it while you turn it on, because this little thing is bright. I have went down and checked out back, say the chicken coop, and it's pitch black, and I can see really well with this. And like I said, I can wear it on my hat so that I have both hands free in case I need them for anything. Right there. Whether it's even just carrying something down there to put it away or check on whatever. Love this light. I was kind of, when they sent it, and I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, well, that's kind of little. Is it going to be much? And then I thought, well, I don't know, we'll give it a go. I was kind of pleasantly surprised. It does have a little bit of weight to it, because yes, it's got the light and it's rechargeable. So it does have some weight to it, but I've had it on my hat a lot. It likes being on my hat, I do believe. Even when I'm down here, I like to keep it down in my basement office area, because if the power goes out, I know I've got me a light. I can stick it on my hat, go flip breakers, whatever I need to do, and it's right there. I don't have my hands tied up. All right, so next up is something that, of course, everybody needs one of these. This is basically it's not a pocket knife, because I can put it in my back pocket, but it's not the kind of pocket knife I think of you would carry. But it's got a clip back here, so I can clip it on if I need to. This usually goes with me a lot of places in my back pocket, because I use it whether I'm cutting boxes, whether cutting feed sacks, whatever. This has been great. Opens up nice and big, got a nice handle on it, and I just figured it was something that maybe you could use. Yeah, mine's probably dirty. It probably also might need a sharpen. But even whenever I'm dealing with the grapes or something in the garden, I use this a lot. To close it, you're going to have to move this and put it down. If you wanted to, you could probably hang it from here, whatever you wanted to do, but love, love, love this knife. Comes in really handy. Like I said, it goes in my back pocket a lot. I don't know how many times I've got ready to do laundry and hear something hit, and it happens to be this, and I'm like, there it is. Wondered where that was. And if you're just tuning in, I'm Sheryl, and I'm talking tools tonight. We are getting really close. I know I saved one of the best things that I love. Let me see. I think I have a couple more, and then I wanted to move some stuff. All right, talking about lights. I wanted to show you one more. This is by GearLight, and they come in a pack of 2, at least mine did. And it has this nice little pouch that you can attach to your belt or your backpack or whatever you want to. But does this one have, I think I took the batteries out of it. I did. But handy dandy, a little flashlight, heavy duty. These are not your cheap plastic ones that once you drop them, boom, they're done. This is a nice and heavy duty. I was going to say, I should have known. I grabbed the one without the the batteries. Yeah. But here you go. That's where the batteries should be if you want to have it actually put out light. I've had these for, I'd say, about 5 years. And the other one is not real sure. Probably in a toolbox somewhere. Or it could be upstairs. I don't remember where this other one got. But go check them out. Need a nice little flashlight so that you have it nice and handy. Nothing too terribly big that you have to maneuver around. Great for the kids because you know them kids are going to drop that thing 100 times. So this one is nice and heavy duty. All right. Let me see. I think we might be getting close. Yes. All right. This next item, I've got to grab it. I actually met the people that make this gun hideaway, or you could hide anything in it, but it's amazing. Let me grab it. I didn't want it over here where it was going to get bumped around. All right, so these are made in Kentucky. Like I said, I've met the person that builds these. It's a family business. Amazing. They have all different kinds of designs. They've got different sizes. You name it, you've got to check these out. But here is the one that I've got in the carousel right now. Red, white, and blue, kind of the old rugged cross. This is wood. It's got the nice, I've got the one with the nice green. When I picked mine out, I had to decide which green I wanted because I actually went and got it from them. And there you go. Like I said, you can look and see they've got some other ones. I don't know what they currently have, but this is kind of cool. Yeah, it won't open. See? But I had to have the guy show me this because I was like, what? You're going to take this. It's got a sticky right here. And if I have this hanging up here and my desk is right here, I'm going to take and stick this piece, peel off this sticky, stick it, say, under my desk. Then this piece will stick to the bottom of my desk or wherever I choose to put it. This piece is a magnet. All right, so up here in the upper right corner, right there, just stick that on. And I'm going to try to do this without dropping it. Voila, it opens right there. Now, if I can show you, I'll see. What this magnet does is it actually, oh, it's going to be hard to show you. It works the little switch, see? I don't know how easy that is to see. But that switch will pop out when I move the magnet off, and that's why it's locked. Put the magnet on, and it pulls the switch in so you can open it. I thought that was pretty amazing. I love that. All right, let me put this down. I want to show you. Inside, like I said, there's different ones of these. Inside, you've got your foam where it's got the little squares, and you can pull out the exact squares for the shape you need of whatever you're going to be storing in here. And yes, you can get extras of these too. But this is so nice, and it looks great. It's not, you know, just a regular little case. It is nice. The hinges are hidden. The latch is hidden, so a lot of people wouldn't have a clue how to open this up. You know, just walking by to open it, they'd probably just think, oh, it doesn't open. And it's just made to look that way. But right there you go. Ta-da! So I wanted to show that to you because I don't think I've shown this on Amazon before. I absolutely love it. It's pretty, it's functional, and it's made here in Kentucky in the grand old USA. You gotta go check them out. this has been one of my favorite buys. I got this, I don't know, probably October-ish. And I absolutely love it. I think that, you know, a lot of people that have seen it, they're like, oh my gosh, that's really pretty. I'm like, yeah, I know. But like I said, you can get different backs for it. I have to be careful on Amazon what I show. So it's just got a plain piece of foam in there for right now. But yeah, you shape it, sizes, get what you need. You can figure it out. Anywho, hope you have enjoyed this stream. Maybe seen some tools that you needed, or maybe you found some tools you didn't know you needed, but now you know. Life would be better with them. I love all my tools. And I hope to be able to do another tool stream again whenever. And I'll pull out some of my other tools. I have chainsaws, a big chainsaw. I've got a little chainsaw. I've got impact wrenches. I think skill saws. I don't know what all. But I couldn't bring it all out today. And in fact, I started off, I was going to put my chainsaw in this, but I didn't want to have to lug it up here and clean it up to put in the show tonight. So I thought I would just go ahead and do some stuff that I already had out, had clean, and easy to grab. So there you go. Be sure to follow. You never know what I'm going to have. And it's not always all tools. I mean, I got popcorn poppers. I like popcorn, and I sometimes do a live stream with my friend Gina, and we talk about crafts and packing for if you want to do that as a business. So you never know what I'm going to have, but I hope to see you again soon, and y'all enjoy your day.